Yo. So, alright, before I head into the shower, there's a interesting concept that's on my mind. Look, everyone has dreams, everyone has goals, right? We all have dreams, we all have goals. And at least something that you want for your life, at least something that you desire. And it's predicated on you being as good to reach it. And we all think we're the greatest. We all, at least, I would like to think the majority of people on this planet think that there's something special. They have something. They have a skill or a talent that they can maximize and build a life around that thing. They have a solid strength that if they ignore their weaknesses and triple down on that strength, that they will go on and become successful in their mind. But the interesting thing is, what happens if you suck? Like, what happens if you are not good as you think you are? That you're not as talented as you thought you were. You're not as great. You're not as special as you thought you were. And, this is not negativity, by the way, before anyone says this is misinterpreted as being negativity and, he's planning for failure. No, this is just straight practicalities. Because like I said, I'm sure so many people, like the math just allows it for it to be possible. I'm sure so many people thought they were great, they were special, and either on their way to success, they slipped, or their legs got a little bit too tired. And so, look, if you slip, then, we can't conclude anything from that. But if your legs got too tired, then perhaps you're not as good as you think you are. And the reason I'm saying is because, look, I think it's weird because in my case, I think I'm great. I think I'm all time, as you should as well. But I also think I'm a piece of shit and also a piece of nothing, right? So if I go on to not, let's say I have my picture of success, look, I might be vain. I like attention. Sorry. I like attention. I want people to know my name and shit like that. That's normal. I'm sure so many people do that. But like I said, we don't recognize everybody as in that position. So again, on the way to that, they either slipped or they weren't as entertaining. They weren't as fucking, I don't know, good looking or whatever informative as they thought they were. So what happens then? What happens if I try to reach this shit and it turns out that I fucking suck? Like, I stink like shit. What happens then? And the word that I want to introduce is humility. I think the test of my character. Now, again, I'm not planning for failure, okay? This is just practicality. This is realizing what life is. This is realizing that some people don't make it to their dream. Some people try to reach for the sky and they end up fucking getting buried under the grave. And now, if it's because they didn't work as much, then they deserve it, right? If you want to, you should allocate as many hours as you can to reaching your dream. And if you don't, then that's just your fault. You can't point the blame at anyone, right? That's just work. The variable that you can maximize and that you can control is work. You can work that extra hour, that extra 2 hours. So if you fuck up in terms of not working as hard, then sayonara, right? But if it comes down to that you weren't as good as you thought you were, you're not as special, you're not as talented as you thought you were, then that's an interesting debate, because how would you handle that? And the reason I brought humility is because will I hold my hands up and say, cool, I wasn't as great as I thought I was? Like, I have this mad ambition, and if I fall flat on my face, hands up, because I'm just not as great as I thought I was. And I think that's the mark of a strong character, whether you win or you lose, is the ability to swallow that pride and to admit that you're not a 10, that you're an 8, that you're a 6, or you're a fucking 2. Like, if I turn out to be a 0, like, number 1, cool, I'm a fucking 0. And number 2, fucking, that will suck. That will suck like shit, but life is life, right? You can't fight that. If life tells you you suck, like, if life tells you, like, you think you're the greatest and life telling you you suck, then you're just going to have to go with what life says. Because unfortunately, as Gary Vee says, the market is the market is the market. The market decides whether you're talented or you're special, not you, right? I could think this video is the fucking greatest video of all time. It could be shit to you. And so you're right. I'm not right. What? I say this is great? No. You get to decide if this is great. Because ultimately, I want you guys to watch this. So, humility is an interesting... And I do look good in the shirt, by the way. You know, just a little side note. I do look good. Anyway, that's an interesting thought to me. What happens if I'm not as great as I think I am? And to all you guys as well. I'm sure every single person has their thing. They think they're a great writer. They think that they're a great singer. That, you know, they're entertaining. They can speak to people. And turns out that they're not as great as they think they were. How would you handle that? Again, not negativity. Practical shit. Life. Yeah? And I realize this. I'm not a wise motherfucker. I'm not a 60-year-old person who's seen through it. I've been through it all. No, this is just common sense. Not everybody makes it. And so humility, hands up, cool. I'll settle for what I am, for who I truly am. So, is an interesting concept. And I think so many people struggle in that sense because perhaps they didn't think about it beforehand. And again, it's not negativity to think about it. It's just practical. I don't know how else I can say it, but to understand that just because you may not make it doesn't mean you're thinking you're not going to make it. It's just understanding that life is life. You know the song "Life is Life." Na 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 na. No dum 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 life. You know that song? That shit is fire, actually. Life is life, and so. Humility. I need to learn humility. It's crazy because I do think I'm the greatest shit since sliced bread. But then am I humble? Because I also know that I'm the worst motherfucker. Like a piece of shit, like a nobody. I think I'm a somebody and I also think I'm a nobody. It's an interesting balance there. But humility is something that I think is incredibly important and will test my character and everybody else's character, because swallowing that bitter pill is not going to taste nice. So there it is. I'm gonna go hop in the shower and I think my brother got this from my mum on Mother's Day. Alright, mate. Fucking hell, son. Så det var. Men så är man så